So this is a full pack loadout from my last video, which is a hammock camp in this lovely woodland. And I'm going to unpack everything from the pack and I'm going to lay it out here. You can see everything I've got with me for one night in the forest, excluding the things I normally bring for my dog, which I don't have with me today, Peanut. I usually have some bedding for him and food and a little water food bowl. So I'm going to move the camera just so I've got a bit more space, and then I'll get started. All right, so I've just moved the camera. Just give me a bit more space so you can see what I'm taking out. So I'll start with the main compartment, as it's got all the biggest things in it. Let's get this opened up. Right at the top of the pack is my is all my food, and I put that mostly at the top of the pack simply because it's the last thing to go in, because there's things from the fridge in here, some chilled stuff, so it just goes in the pack last. I'll pop that there. That's some tomatoes and eggs in that box, so they all went in last. So next thing to come out is my tarp. I have that at the top of the pack so that if the weather is bad, if it's raining, it's the first thing I get out. I can get the tarp up and then get set up underneath it. Sun's come out now, so I don't need to worry about that. But so it's a DD 3x3 tarp, and what goes with that is that one. That's my ridge lines and various lengths of paracord, some pegs, that kind of thing, some plastic knots, all that stuff. That goes with the tarp. Next is my poncho. I keep that again at the top to avoid having to dig around in the pack. If it's raining, I can just whip that out, and that covers me and the rucksack if it's raining heavily. Next is my cooking kit. So in this bag is all my pans. I've got a saucepan, like a plate, stroke saucepan lid, and then the pot, and then I've got a trangia and some other bits in there. In there is sort of cooking utensils, things like my spatula, so I'm cooking, and some other bits and bobs, pan handle. That's for picking up the pan. So all goes in that little sack. Next is this is a chair, folding chair. Not really at the top of the pack because it needs to be. It's just kind of convenient, but I'll be using that later. So it's in there. Okay. Next up is my brew kit. So in there's tea, coffee, milk powder, hot chocolate, the lid to one of my pots, spoon, that kind of thing, cigarette lighter, and the little cross members I use on the trangia, and it all just packs up into there. There's the lid. I've got an extra little pan. It all sits in a stainless pan. Be having a brew in a minute. Okay. This is my inflating mat, which will go inside the hammocks, or half inflated to provide a bit of insulation. And it's a Robin's Trail Guard 50. You'd have seen me pull this out on all my other videos, so nothing new there. Pump sack. That's for inflating the Robin's Trail Guard. But it's also a dry sack, so I could put food in there or clothing to keep it dry if I needed to. Firebox, folding firebox stove. That's a reflector that goes round the stove to stop the wind. It's not really any wind today, but it's quite handy. This is what I call my Bob's bag, or some people call them Possibles pouch, but I call it Bob's bag because it's just got my bits and bobs in it. There's more paracord, there's you know, like my compass in there, just useful things really. Pretty much carry this with me everywhere. All kinds of useful bits and bobs in it. Right, what's next? That's my power bank to charge my phone, camera bits and pieces and so on. That is my smock, so if the weather gets bad I can wear that, but probably won't need it. Sun's right out, it's right in my face actually. Hammock, I'll be going up soon. That's a DD hammock, nothing special about it, just a standard hammock. The last couple of things from in here: sleeping bag. This is a 3-season snug pack, Softy 9. It's probably overkill because it's really warm, really humid, but it's the only bag I've got that's not a complete full-on winter bag, so it's a 3-season bag. I find in the summer I can just open it up and it's fine. And last couple of things, that's just a down jacket. Again, probably won't need it, but it squeezes down into nothing. It actually packs into its own pocket. It's always worth having just in case the weather gets really cold. Spare clothing in there, just some socks, underwear, t-shirt, and stuff to sleep in. So that's the last thing, goes right at the bottom. I think that's everything in there. Yep. Let's do the lid pocket next. My fleece, which I keep strapped to the back. It's got some pine resin on it where it's been resting on the tree. So yeah, I'll do the lid next. Main compartment of the lid. First aid kit. So I can grab that quickly. That's my binoculars for wildlife and so on. That's some beans and parsley which I picked from the garden this morning before I came out, so I just quickly picked them and stuffed them in the top of the sack. They're part of my food. Put them there. And then I've got my Mora knife, which I'll be putting on my belt when I've, you know, when the camp's all set up, and a Leatherman, which I often keep on my belt as well. But it's just a super handy tool. It's just a basic original Leatherman, I think they're called. So nothing particularly fancy. Okay. Oh, the last thing is I've got a whistle which I keep clipped onto the inside. So I'll leave that in there. So that's the main compartment. On the little inner compartment of this rucksack, my wallet, some little spare bits for the camera and tripod, and toothbrush and toothpaste. That's all that's in there. I will leave those in there, don't want to lose them. The last thing, 2 side pockets on this rucksack, which I use for things that I want to, you know, if I want to grab things quickly. So I've got my saw, there. That's a poo bag, just toilet roll in there, sanitary, so on stuff. Got a can of cider for later. These are the my new straps for my hammock, for setting the hammock up. This is a 10-litre Oatly water bag, which I like to keep with me to fill up. I can fill up with my water filter. Fuel for my Trangia in case I don't use the firebox or whatever. So I think that's that one. And then on this side, I've got a head torch. It's my TBS stainless water bottle. I've drunk So all I've got with me is just this 1 litre of water, and that's a TBS stainless steel water bottle. I've drunk about 1/4 of that walking in, and then here's my billy can, and I keep it in this because I do use it on fire. Sometimes it gets blackened. Let's leave that there for a sec. And then last but not least, I think, yep, is my Catadin water filter. And as I mentioned, that will be used in conjunction with this Ortlieb water bag. And I probably need about 5 litres of water, maybe. So I'm going to fill this about half full, but I can carry that with me. I can get 10 litres in that if I need to. And there's a stream not far over there, so I can just head over there with these 2 things, take as much water as I want, bring it back, and then I'm good for water. So that's the last 2 things, I think. And that. And yeah, the last thing is this rucksack, which I've had for quite a long time. It's a Berghaus Cyclops 2. Or no, Cyclops 2 is the harness system, I think. So it's a Talus, Berghaus Talus. So I've had this rucksack for a long time, so I'm a bit vague on the details. So what I'll do now is I'll just lay everything out neat, and you can kind of see the full pack. Okay, there we go, all laid out reasonably tidily. I'll just quickly run back through it all again. So Berghaus Talus rucksack, those are both clothing. That's the down jacket back in its pocket, and we've got my binoculars, brew kit, firebox folding stove, and then my first aid kit. It's my cooking pans and so on, and in there is also my little mat. It's for rubbish, gloves, and my trangia. That's the pack I use to keep all my ridgeline and paracord in. And we've got the Mora knife, Leatherman, folding Felco saw. That's a 10 litre Ortlieb water bag. Moving on, then there's the Catadin water filter. That's my poo bag. The Poncho, Helicontex poncho for wearing when it's raining. DD 3x3 tarp, power bank. That's my Bob's bag or possibles pouch. I've got the TBS Billy canteen with the stainless steel water bottle there. That's all 1 litre. Got a 500 milliliter fuel bottle there with my meths in it. That's a windscreen for using with the trangia or the firebox actually. And we've got the Trail Guard 50 inflatable mat. The Snug Pack Softy 9. That's my 1 Tigris folding chair. Petzl head torch. And last but not least are the straps, my new straps for the hammock. So yeah, that's everything. Let's do another quick pan round. Okay, hope that was useful. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit the like button. Maybe consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you all again in the next video.